Wait, hang on, don't start without me. Don't start without me. Hi. You can't start without me because I'm the only one here. Welcome to this experience. I'm Trisha, and this journey that we're about to embark on together is called EdenQuest, and it is a journey into rest. It's the ultimate spiritual journey to rest. Before you tune me out, because this is not professionally done, I want to say it's intentional, and I'll explain that in a little bit. There's a reason why this is the way that it is. It's not that there wasn't money to do a professional production. None of those are the reasons, but this is intentional of why it's done this way. So I want to say welcome to EdenQuest. And I'm really excited about this time with you, and I don't know how long that time is. That's what's fun about our journey into spiritual awakening, into a life with God. I'm still on the journey. I've been at this journey for about 5 years now. So what I get to do is share my journey with you, but it's far less about sharing my journey with you than it is about you embarking on your journey with God and your journey into spiritual awakening. And so that's what I'm here to do, is to set up an environment, I guess as a coach, to set up an environment to help you walk that out and to help you wake up. Oh, that's exciting, wake up. Wake up to the life around you and to God around you, and to learn what this life of living with Him is about, because that's the desire of His heart. And so happy Valentine's Day. It is February the 14th of 2012. And again, I think it's very intentional, very purposeful that this journey and the recordings of this journey are starting today on Valentine's Day. There is such an overwhelming love that God has for you that there just aren't words to express it. You can't fathom it, but I feel it, I sense it, and I know that what He wants to do is exciting through this journey together. So I guess the best thing to do is to explain what this is not, because it's not anything that you've ever experienced before. You've never engaged in this kind of an interaction. I'm not aware of anything else out there that is like this. And that's exciting. It's a complete paradigm shift. It's something new. It's something completely different. And so I'm excited about that. This is not a study. There are going to be a series of videos or DVDs. First of all, it's all free. So we love free. It's my favorite word. It's all free. And it's going to be this introduction, and then there are going to be 20 additional DVDs or videos that you will journey through in order. But it's not a teaching, so I'm not going to teach you. You don't need to hear from me. You don't need another teacher. There are plenty of teachers out there. So this is about you embarking on a journey with the Lord, and so it's not a study. It's not like a set schedule, a 21-week. Study that you do as a group or you get together. This is about you and your spiritual awakening, and it's going to be what it's going to be. It's going to take the length of time that it's going to take. That's dependent on any number of things. It can be dependent on you and the work that you do. I will say that the more you put into this, the more you're going to get out of it. I mean, if you don't do any of the I will call it work. It's not really work, but if you don't follow my coaching and what I recommend for your assignments, and you just want to come and listen to the videos, I'll call them talks, because it's really just sharing, and it's talks, it's stories. I'm a storyteller. So if you just come, you're going to hear some great stories, and that's going to be fun. But this isn't about my story. And so even though that's fun and I love to share my story, it's my story, and this is about your story. So I am here to help coach you into embarking on your own journey, so you have your stories to share and to tell, and to give God glory. And so it's not a study. It's not, you're not going to do this as a group and watch the videos and get a teaching and go away and then go think about how you do that for your life. It's not that at all. It's not teaching, as I said. So it really is just about me sharing my journey with the Lord with you, in hopes that along the way, as we journey together and I share my story, as you are also creating your own story with Him, that you will be encouraged, that you will be challenged, maybe, that it will awaken a curiosity in you, hopefully maybe even a hunger for more. And so that's kind of what this is about, and it's going to work differently again than the normal way that we typically experience things. Usually, at least for me, it's been I'll go maybe study something or read something, and then maybe questions will be provided to take that and go then answer some questions about my life. Well, this is a little bit flipped from that, in that it's even different from school. You're going to receive an assignment before you come to hear what I have to say about it. So I'm not going to share anything on a topic. I'm going to give you a topic, and you get to just go engage however you want to. I'll give you some suggestions and some recommendations about how to approach that. But it really is about, when the Lord talks to us about coming into the kingdom as a little child, and this might be a great part, actually, of the first assignment. That just kind of struck me, so let's make this a part of the first assignment, is just observing children. As you watch children, they are so curious and so full of wonder and inquisitive about everything, and fearless. I mean, they want to try things, they want to touch things, they want, what does this mean? What does that mean? And why this and why that? So they're very curious, and they love to explore. And so I think a lot of times in the past, when I heard that come into the kingdom as a little child, I always thought that meant, utterly helpless. Recognize your helplessness. And well, yeah, there is some truth in that, and there's layers of truth in everything with the Lord. There's so much depth and so much revelation to everything He speaks to us as we wake up in this journey with God. But it's really about being curious. So the first recommendation I would make is follow your curiosity. I mean, if something intrigues you, follow that. Just follow it till it dead ends somewhere. One of the way that I've approached this, and this is not about doing things the way I've approached it, these are recommendations. That this is not about a formula, because that's one of the things I've learned, is that God is not a God of formula. He's far too creative for that. And He wants to be unique with you and in a relationship with you that's going to look different from a relationship with anyone else. And so this journey is going to look different from anyone else's. So I'm a Googler. I gold mine everything. I look at this as a treasure hunt, and I am out there mining for every little thing. So if I hear a word that just all of a sudden it captures my attention, I go to the dictionary. What does that mean? What does that word mean? And I look for definitions. There might be a specific definition that just pops out to me that I'd never looked at it before. I never understood that meaning of it. And so I might dig in that a little bit more. Maybe there's some synonyms, and so I go look those up. I go to the Bible, I go to Scripture, but I don't limit my curiosity to the Bible or to Scripture. I Google, what does the world say about this? What does the dictionary say about it? What does God say about it in His Word? And so I just follow my curiosity. So I want to explain why that kind of is a great segue into why this is set up as casually and unprofessionally as it is. And that's because it's life. Life with God is life. And it's not scripted, it's not edited, it's not, your life is your life. So even reality TV these days is scripted and things are edited out. And so when I first thought about, I didn't think about it, I was told now's the time to do this. That's a whole nother story. So when it was, when I felt like the Lord was saying now is the time to do this, my first thought was, okay, oh my gosh, what all do I need to get together? I'll need this, and do I need a special mic to edit out? Because there's a train. You're going to hear a train. I'm actually house sitting at some friends of mine at their house. I'm not in a production studio. This is so not what I thought I was doing this week. And so I'm going through my mind, what are all these things, that I need to put together to do this? And basically the Lord gave me some preparation time to be unprepared, because that's not anything at all how He approaches life with us, or how He wants us to approach life with Him. It's not scripted, it's not a performance, it's not edited out. Things, He uses anything and everything to get our attention, to speak to us, to be a part of our lives. And so if we're sitting here trying to edit out white noise and we think things are distractions, those may be the very things that He is trying to use to speak to us somehow. So you may hear train noises, who knows what you're going to hear. So what the Lord is really trying to do is wake us up to Him, and that He's everywhere, and He's in everything, and He's speaking through everything, and He will use anything and everything to get your attention and to show you who He is, and how much He longs and desires to be with you and walk this life journey out with you. So I'm very excited about our time together. One of the things that I love about, I mentioned that one of my resources that I always use, it's not the only one I use, but I always use it. I never don't use it, and that's the Bible. And we talk about the Bible being the living Word of God, that it's a living Word, and I can tell you, I know that that's true. In fact, I shared this with a friend one time. I said, I know it's living because that book is full of jacked up, messed up people, and I see myself all over the place in that book. I mean, I've messed up. I'm a mess. I'm a sinner. I'm human. I have broken, if you talk about the commandments, I don't know which one I haven't, at least in my heart, have not broken. So to see God's journey with living people that I can relate to is just an encouragement to my heart, because it is a living Word. He's a living God. He was just as real. He's just as real today and just as much a part of my life as He was a part of their lives then. So I love using the Bible because it's so much inspiration, and there's so much that He wants to reveal of not just who He is. I think a lot of times we look at the Bible as a revelation of who the Lord is, but He's also trying to reveal who you are and what this life with Him is really about. So, so the way that this works is that I'm gonna give you a topic, an assignment, a subject matter, and you are going to go be curious. I'm going to recommend tools. Again, I pretty much live with my laptop, because if you have a computer and you've got internet access, you can go to BibleGateway.com or any number of tools for Bible resources in all the different translations. So you can, if we're talking about a specific word or topic, you can search that in multiple translations of the Bible to see what Scripture says. There are lexicons for the Greek and the Hebrew that you can find online. And then you can go look up root words, because if you're not aware, our English language does not do the Hebrew or the Greek even justice. There's so much more depth and meaning in a lot of the words and nuances that our language doesn't necessarily pick up on. So to dig even deeper, you can go to those lexicons. Obviously, Google's there, dictionary.com is there, but there are going to be other resources that I will mention as we go out throughout these talks, throughout these sharing videos. I don't know what to call them, whatever we're doing. This journey, as we go through this journey, I will be throwing out other resources that you might consider. I recommend, it's a recommendation, you might want to get yourself a journal for the journey, your EdenQuest journal, or your journal of rest, whatever you want to call it, because what I've noticed, at least in my journey, is, as I study and find things down the road, there may be a piece that then gets connected back to this, and then I am able to go back and go, oh my gosh, this is where that was under this topic. And so there's just, sometimes it's like puzzle pieces, and you may have a piece over here and a piece over here, and as the picture starts to emerge, being able to look back at the pieces over here to see what the whole image is, can be very helpful. So it's a recommendation if you want to get a journal. And yeah, your Bible, Google, dictionary, whatever. I mean, we have all kinds of information at our fingertips these days. So those are my recommendations. And so I want to leave you with our first topic. And so the first thing that I would love for you to go and kind of dig into is about purity, and see, just run that all the way through. What does the world say? What impressions do you have? What is your understanding of it today before you even go research it? What do you think purity is? It's a great question. What do you think purity is? Observe children. I mean, there's some purity right there for you. So anyway, I'm honored beyond belief that I get to journey with you, and I get to share my journey with you, and so this is a huge honor. I'm humbled, and I've got lots of stories to tell along the way. I will try and remember somewhere, I guess I should tell it now because it's coming to mind, about how this whole thing came about, just so you know the background for this. I started what I would say my intense journey of walking into spiritual awakening, journeying with God, about 5 years ago. This all began to unfold about 5 years ago for me. And the Lord actually, I got this, if you want to call it a download, for EdenQuest at a high level 4.5 years ago now. And then it's been about 2 years ago when I got a much more detailed outline. I got all the topics. I got all 20 of the topics, and then of course the introduction. So this has been a lot of, this is what you're going to be doing, but wait, it's not time yet. Wait, it's not time yet. Wait, it's not time yet. And one of the reasons the wait was there was, part of it was exactly what I said before, preparing me to be unprepared, because it's a journey and it's not about scripting your life with God. But it was also that there has been just so much that there was a lot of revelation, and I could have just come out and taught the revelation. But see when we receive insights and revelations in these intuition things that are hitting us, and we're starting to open up, it's his initial intent, his real intent is that it be applied to your life. He wants you to go live out that revelation. In fact, I don't know that he is really concerned with me teaching the revelation, because it may be the same revelation that he wants to give to you, but how he had me apply it in my life may look completely different than the application for your life. And what I think happens sometimes is we'll get this revelation and we'll go out and teach the revelation, and yet we don't really have the authority because we haven't applied it. We have not become that revelation ourselves, if you will. So there's just, I have stories to share. It's one thing to teach and one thing for me to be able to demonstrate through my own life how I've applied that as an example, not as a doctrine. That's the other trap I think we fall into, is we may receive a revelation and we may have applied it to our life and it worked, and then we turn that into a doctrine, not understanding that that may have been how the Lord wanted to apply that piece of revelation in our life, but he's doing it in a different way in someone else, and so there's a danger there. So it's all about a journey. The truth of it is that the Lord has been with you from the beginning. You were a thought in his mind, and so you are here, and he has been on this journey with you the whole way through. He wants to waken you up to your journey, and that he's there journeying with you, and he's watched your life. He's watched how you've been packed. He knows the family you grew up in. He knows the experiences you've walked through. He knows the ways that you've been hurt, that you've been betrayed, the losses you've experienced. They're different from mine. So he's the only one that knows what is missing in your life and your experience of him, and he's the only one that knows how to unpack the things that got put in there so that he can put more of an experience with him into your life. And your unpacking and repacking is going to look completely different from mine. So we'll talk more about that, about the relevance of that in our relationship with others as we go through this journey. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being open to me and being open to our time together. And I'm just excited about what the Lord plans to do in your life, and just all the things that he has in store for you as you walk this journey with him, and you just enter your rest. You just get to find rest for your life, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'm just excited. I'm just bursting with excitement for what he's doing. So I'll end with that. I will say, love caffeine. Not necessarily Dr. Pepper. I was just thinking about this earlier about the waking up. Again, he'll use anything. We're talking about him waking us up, and I'm sitting here with caffeine. I love Graham Cook. If you've never heard Graham Cook, he's a great teacher to listen to. He always refers to Starbucks as Saint Arbucks, and I think that he must be the patron saint of waking us up. So this is about waking up and being aware of the journey that you are already on, and being tuned in and being conscious of everything around you, and opening up your senses so you have eyes to see and ears to hear all that is around you. So thank you for letting me in to your life. And obviously, since I'm the only one here, I have to get up now and come around there and turn off the recording. And I will see you, and the next time we will discuss purity. Happy hunting!